Hello, it's Keith here. I wanted to try a different format for a little while with Tube Yakimas Live. We're going to be doing some pre-recorded videos. We're going to be playing around with some hardware. I've reconfigured my setup over here so I can do more overhead stuff, and I've got a better camera setup. So today I've got a new toy. We're going to be turning it on, hopefully, seeing if it works. And we're going to be having a look at it and we'll check it out. So let's go over to the new overhead view and let's see it in action. To move. Okay, so we've got a new camera up here. It's not as good as my other one, but hopefully it will suffice. We've got another good camera up here, so this is full HD. Oh, look at that. And we've got the new toy here, and can anyone guess what it is? Well, you might be able to see actually on the label there. So that might have spoiled the surprise a little bit, but it's a PCFX. So look at that. PCFX, it says it there. Hopefully it works, because I paid 9,800 yen, which is about $100 for it. So if it doesn't work, I might cry. That will be disappointing. But right, I've got a few games for it. I've got this one. This is Ginga Ojo-san Densetsu Ginga Fraulein Yuna. I have no suspicion it's not going to be very good, but it might be the best we've got. Basically, there's a bunch of Yuna games. There's a really good one on the PC Engine CD called Yuna Sapphire. It's really, really good. It's a shooter. This isn't. I suspect it's nothing to do with it. I can't even work out what kind of game it is. Maybe it's just a video. I have a false idea. There is a cartoon series of this. I've got a couple of the episodes on Laserdisc. It's okay. I wouldn't go further than that. And then the second one I've got is this. Say no more. So it's some kind of dating sim. I probably won't be very good, and we might have to censor the content. So who knows? You might just see a giant mosaic. Anyway, that's all I've got. There were a few other games, but I had no clue what any of them were, and didn't really see any point buying them. So I'm going to have to go online and try and buy some more, or have a hunt around some other shops or something. But that's all I've got at the moment. I couldn't justify buying any of the other ones because I didn't know what any of them were. Some of them were quite expensive, and I don't even know if the unit works. So today we're going to open it up, have a look at it. We'll plug it in, cross our fingers, hope it works, and we'll play that maybe if we can play it, and we'll have a look at the dodgy terrible filth. That's the plan, and if it works, we'll buy some more stuff later, and we'll do a follow-up video, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to open it up, and we'll see what's in here and see if it works. So, this is really scraping the absolute bottom of the barrel here. Basically, I've got so many consoles now, there's virtually nothing left I don't own, or at least anything that I can afford. So this was about it. I'm a big fan of the original PC Engine, but the PC Engine FX was a complete effing disaster, basically, to the extent that I think that most of the games that are actually adult games, because that was all they got, because they got nothing else. So, yeah. It's a CD-based system. I don't think it compares well to anything else around the time. It was basically underpowered. Beaten by the Saturn and the PlayStation and everything. I don't think it's capable of any 3D at all, really. So it looks a bit like a PC. I don't know where the CD even goes in. There's a flappy thing. It looks like some kind of cartridge slot. Yeah, it looks like some kind of cartridge goes in there. That's weird. I didn't know it had cartridges. Maybe it was never used. Who knows? Big power button. We've got two chunky game controller sockets there, I guess. Where's the CDs go? Oh, they'll go in the top. Okay, so the CDs go in there. Fair enough. I was a bit baffled for a moment there. That keeps flopping out on the front. Really, I didn't realise it had any kind of slots like that. I mean, maybe it was for upgrades that never came. We got this rather fine controller here. 6 buttons. They learned from their mistakes. We got 2 switches. They seem to be challenging the Atari for their weird extra controller buttons, I guess, maybe. Controller looks very nice, to be fair. Yeah, it's well designed. It's got like a nice layout. The old PC Engine only had 2 buttons, so they've upgraded it to 6 buttons with select and run, and then 2 mode button switches as well, just for added controlleriness, if that's a word. It certainly isn't. Okay, So let's try and get all this plugged in, and let's pray it works, because otherwise I will be very upset. I have it's standard connectors here. I have a video here. We've got video there. We've got, I should see, there's the audio. Is that a digital out? And they're showing off. So there we go, that's those plugged in, and then we've just got to traverse the mess of cabling behind my desk and try and find something to plug a main sleeve in. I think I can see one. There we go. So it's plugged in now. I'm not a big fan of buying CD-based systems. As I say, I'm really running out of options for more systems to buy. I'm always quite scared the CD drive will wear out and it'll just be junk. So we're going to power it on first with no CD in, and we'll see what the thing does. Let's go over to the other screen where we can see. Okay, so we've got it plugged in here. This apparently is the power button, so let's press it and see if anything happens. Oh, something's happening. It says PCFX. With the reputation it has, that may not be a good thing. Okay, we've got a fingery cursor, so we can go fingering away. Picture CD, okay, I like it. I wonder if that's the official format. And card copy. I didn't even know it had a card, so I certainly don't have one. Okay, well, let's start with the Unigame before we move on to the the relentless filth of the other one. I'm just, of course. I have a suspicion the other one will be about 10,000 hours of playing for very, very little adult content. So there we go. This one's still got the seal on it. It's difficult to know whether it's literally never been opened or whether it's literally never been opened here. I mean, look, we've got the collectible sticker here. It's in mint condition. Instruction manual. I assume there's a CD in here somewhere. Look, we've got some. The artwork's good. I mean, it's a nicely drawn cartoon. I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on, to be honest. I don't know how long a series it was. Maybe there's a entire series of cartoons, and I just saw the DVD special kind of thing. But it didn't really make a lot of sense to me, to be honest. So let's put it in, and let's hope something happens. Because as I say, otherwise I will have wasted my money. Let's go back to the other screen. Okay. Something's happening. I think we might be in luck. Let's turn on my little top screen here. Well, we won't be able to continue because I haven't got a memory card. As I said, I didn't even know there were them. Okay, so new file, please. It's a while since I saw the cartoon. I can't remember. Oh yes, this is. I recognise the music. This is the cartoon introduction. Is anything? I'm kind of waiting to see if anything exciting is going to happen. I guess we're just getting the entire senseless introduction. I hope there's a game at the end of this. I mean, are we just watching videos? Because I think there were some that they were just like making video collections and putting them on. There were a few for the PC Engine CD as well that were just a video CD or a slideshow of a bunch of pictures. So who knows? I just look at the quality. I mean, the quality is very good, but I mean, this would have been competing against the PlayStation and that kind of caliber. So it really had to be, didn't it? It's not like it was a mega CD era. I don't think. Well, I don't think it was. I think it was competing against the Saturn. So, as I say, it didn't compete very well. So there you go. But I mean, the video looks. I can see some compression on the top image. It's not full resolution. It's not just my video capture hardware that's reducing it. But as I say, I've got no complaints. It doesn't look like the Mega CD, which was just flat out nasty. So right. Well, I mean, it looks okay. I mean, I've played some of these kind of games on the PlayStation 1 and things, and some of them have very little in-game animation. Yeah, like they just have a still and a tiny little animated face of the character who's talking. So I'll give it its due. It's got like quarter screen video. Okay. What's going on? Oh, I think I've just opened a menu. Oh my god, it's like a turn-based fighting thing. So I've got fight, special attack, and defense. So we'll fight. Okay, well, again, pathetic battle options, but nice little video clips. So I don't know if these videos are taken from the cartoon or they were shot specially. I've got weapon, so this is like attack, and that's like weapon. If we've got a weapon, we'll give the weapon a go. Am I the pink one then? I'm not sure. I have no clue what's going on. I guess am I the blue one? I'm guessing I'm the blue one then. I was a bit surprised because I selected attack and the pink one attacked, but I'm maybe just not following the. Let's use the special. Well, I mean, I'm afraid this is kind of what I expected. I'm impressed by the video, but the gameplay is just. I mean, you could do this on the NES, you know. It's not really what I want to see from a next gen compared to the PC Engine. I mean, a next gen console. But as I said before, it's got a very poor reputation for the quality of the games that came out on it. Because it didn't sell, so they just started shoveling out anything they could quickly. Well, at least the unit works. I can have a look online. There's a Tenchi Muyo game, which I guess I'll buy and probably find out it's exactly the same as the other versions I can't own. But there's a game of a cartoon series called Akazukin Cha-Cha, which means Little Red Riding Hood, basically. Little Red Riding Hood Cha-Cha, and Cha-Cha means something like confused. So the cartoon series is quite. It's a kids show, but it's quite funny. It's reasonable. So I've got the Game Boy version of that, so I'll get the PCFX version just because it's a nice obscure one that I have seen. Like this one, I've seen the cartoon series. The cartoon series is okay, so I like to try and get the games for that. But apart from that, I don't think it's got anything that I've heard of. So it's going to be a case of I'll have to set a price limit and buy everything that's cheap, I think, basically, because, as I say, it's not like there's a few that I've heard of. There might be a Love Hina game, but again, I suspect it's a port of the PlayStation 1. But, as I say, it is what it is. I knew it was going to be a tough one to get good games for, just because it's a desolate wasteland. It's more one for the shelf so that you can say, hey, I've known a PCFX. That's how much of a desperate lunatic I am. But it's a real shame because the PC Engine, when I saw the PC Engine, it was such a surprise. It was so impressive compared to what I expected. And, you think, oh, well, the PC Engine's really surprised me, so I'd like to delve further into this and see what else there was. But there was a successor, was it the Duo? There was one that had a second graphics layer that had about 3 games come out for it. And then there was this, which had about 3 games for it. I'm not paying attention. This is so boring. It's just like I say, the PC Engine really did well, really underrated in the West. Everything else really did badly, not underrated in the slightest, deserved all of its failures. So. Getting quite bored now. Suffice to say, I've not looked in depth into the hardware of this, but it's not a CPU I cover at the moment or anything. I don't think it's not like it's not like a PC engine with a 16-bit version of the 6502 or anything. It's a completely different bit of hardware, and unfortunately, as I say, it's not like there's really any avenue for it as a sort of development system for amateurs. It's just badly designed, unfortunately. But anyway, as I say, it's maybe we'll find a rare gem of a game on it. Maybe. I don't think we will today because this is one of the two, and I'm getting my ass beaten, and it's quite boring. I think I'm actually losing. I think I've actually lost, maybe. Okay, well, that's enough of that. Okay, I've had another look at this one. We've got this mini game thing here. It seems to offer a quiz. I'm not going to try the quiz because I've no idea what the cartoon's about, so I probably won't do very well at it. And we've got this bonus thing here, and we've got character designs, and I'm not sure what that one says. It seems to be like, if we go into like character designs here, and then we select one of the characters here, then we get some pictures of that character and some weird bios, I guess. Fair enough. And if we just go to exit here, I did try the other one as well. If we go here, then we've got some pictures from the cartoon, or maybe they're design sketches or something. It looks like maybe they're concept art or something. They look a little blurry on the capture device. Maybe they'd look better on a real TV, but yeah, it's if you're a fan of the series, I guess that'd be a thing to have. Okay, I'm going to give the game another go, and we'll see if I manage to get any further this time. I'm not going to record it all though. So I'm playing this stupid thing again. Maybe we're going to beat it this time. It's taken me 3 attempts. I tried like the defense moves and things, and it seemed almost random. I really don't know what to make of it, to be honest. I mean, I assume there's some logic to it. I guess if I read the manual, maybe it would. Maybe there's some explanation as to how I'm supposed to know which kind of move to use, but it just felt completely random. As I say, it's the first battle as well, so. It seems like the galaxy is safe again. Okay, so got a choice of going in or not going in, so we're going in. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. Okay. Gave me an option not to stop, and then said I couldn't stop, and gave me the other option again. That's quite. The cartoon was quite silly. It wasn't a serious cartoon, so maybe there'll be some decent humour in it at some point. I mean, again, I give them their due. They are doing some decent video in this game, even if the battle sequence was a bit bewildering. Oh, what did I select there? Let's go. No idea what's going on. It would help at this point. It would help if at this point if I could actually remember what the show was about. I remember there was a load of really silly battles in it. It never seemed to really never really seemed to come to anything or have any kind of consistent plot as far as I could tell. Okay, we have some kind of slot machine maybe. There was an instructions option there, but I'm not going to mess around with pesky things like instructions. And she seems to be wearing very few clothes for some reason, which is, as I say, pretty much the reputation the PCFX has. So there we go. So, what button? I'm pressing all the buttons and nothing's happening. Okay, so I need to select a number of credits. Okay. Seem to be battling for clothes, I guess. So if we do 3 coins, we get all the directions. I don't know if there's a reason not to. I've won an item of clothing, apparently, so we can now play dress up, I guess. Okay, I'm sort of getting the hang of this, shamefully enough. You can actually sort of control it. It's not like a normal fruit machine where it's pretty random. You can actually sort of time it. So you've got to get each item of clothing, and I think I need just the skirt now. So if we... oh, that was bad. But we can maybe salvage it. There we go. So now I get to choose a skirt. I don't think any of them go... Oh, they needed to match. Oh, shit. Oh, the outfit needed to match, did it? Okay. Okay, so it's the blue bag. I think they need some help with their colour coordination, but whatever. So now we can continue with the... Oh, come on, give me a fucking break. Oh, God. Okay. There we go. So we have won the battle for clothing and appropriate dress wear. So now we can carry on with the game. Yeah, she's always eating stupid amounts of food. It's quite funny. It's about the only joke in the series, to be fair, but it is quite amusing. Well, it's still going on. We're basically getting lots of lots of screenshots with bits of text. Now, I do recognise some of the screenshots from the cartoon I saw now. They've actually reused some of them. I can't remember the plot though, so I can't remember if we're actually playing the same plot or they're just reusing it, but... I mean, unless you're a hardcore fan of the cartoon, I think it's pretty dull. So I'm going to turn this one off now and we're going to move on. Not quite sure what to make of the design. I bet I wonder if it's the same size as that new Xbox. I bet it's not. I bet it's kind of similar. I mean, it looks like a PC. If they were going for looks like a PC, then they did a good job. If they're going for convenient, compact design, sort of. It's not the biggest. I mean, it's certainly big compared to modern systems, but you know, I'm not sure that's a fair comparison. But it's not the ugliest thing I've seen on the planet. But it's I'm struggling to believe there's a massive heatsink in there that justifies the size, I suppose would be what I'm saying. Got my knife on the floor. That's not good. So here we go. Can we even show the manual on the camera? Can we show it? Yes, we can. But you probably don't want to bother because this doesn't look very interesting. So, well, I mean, knock yourself out. I don't know. We'll put it in and we'll see what happens. I suspect it's going to be quite boring. It's probably going to be one of these turn-based nonsenses where you have to select endless day plans and nothing happens, and then if you play for 10,000 hours you get some mildly risky graphic on the screen. And wish you hadn't bothered, I suspect, but we'll humour it all the same. So it's all we got. It's all we got for today. So we'll have to at least give it a go. The suspense is killing me. So anyway, so you can see I've changed my layout here so that I can get bigger consoles on and move them around a bit better, and also it's better for unboxing and things, which I'm planning doing maybe a bit of. And I'm going to do some comparison videos of Can Bunny Extra DX. Start a new game. See, I'm going to do some comparison videos between different systems and the games on them, and talk about the design choices of the games and things. So they're like comparing the NES version of Gauntlet to the Master System one, things like that. I thought it'd be a bit of fun. And say I wanted to get this is a HD camera, you see, so I can do the better, proper view of things. But I've still got the little one down here just for a bit of extra. A bit of extra creativity, and as you see, I've got the video capture as usual, so I thought it'd be yeah, I don't think I'm translating all this. I have better things to waste my life on. So is there a skip button for fast forward? No. We've just got to be assaulted by this endless stream of nonsense text. I mean, I've played a few of these kind of adventure games that are based on cartoon series and things, and the only thing I can give them credit for, because I've seen ones on like the PS3 and PSP and Vita and things that are no better than this. It's just a bunch of text, a bit of occasional speech, very little character animation, and the only thing you can sort of say for them in their to justify them is that they're cheap. You see, I think they basically saved the PSP, these kind of adventure games, not the adult kind, but just these text-based ones, because it's a low-cost way of making games that are spin-offs of cartoon series and things that aren't going to sell many copies, and the budget for a PS4 game or something is going to be phenomenal, whereas something of this kind of caliber, well, anyone can write it, really, can't they? Let's be honest. I mean, we've not even got speech, which is poor. Well, we're not yet. I mean, maybe we will when a character appears or something. Is something happening? It says busy. There's a busy light there. Oh, we have got. Let's turn the audio up a bit. The PC Engine CD, which I will have a go at some point. The busy light's not flashing, so the audio's got to be coming out of RAM, which is, it's okay. I mean, it's not a bad choice. It's just that the audio doesn't sound very good quality in some ways. Although music's a bit loud in comparison. I don't seem to have any menu options. I'm sure there's one somewhere to turn the music down. I'm just trying to progress the game along till we actually see a character on screen. Because oh, here we go. Sufficiently low angle shot there. There's some animation going on in the background. That one seems to be having some kind of seizure, but we haven't actually panned up to the face yet. Maybe that's not the priority, I suppose. Um, I would read the text, but I think it might cause cancer, so I think I'll pass on that. We've got a few animating objects on screen. I think this has got multiple. I hope it's got multiple layers. I mean, it certainly should have. So, I mean, again, it's not particularly impressive, but I have honestly seen worse games on the Vita for in-game animation. The Rose and Maiden game on the Vita was terrible. The animation was embarrassing. It was just like, this is a well-known cartoon, and they put no money into the game at all. It was worse than the PS2 versions, both of them. So that's why it didn't sell well. And anyway, that's another subject. Well, we got facial animation. The mouth's moving, the eyes are blinking. We've got some stuff going on in the background, which does put it above some of these kind of games. I appreciate a fast forward button. Don't seem to have one. Actually interesting. There's no shoulder buttons, which, I mean, it's not the only one that did that, to be fair. But I thought shoulder buttons were a thing around here, around this time in history, so to speak. I do, in some ways, I prefer the 6 on the front, but the shoulder ones, the SNES made good use of them. So I guess they were banking on the Street Fighter 2 crowd, maybe. More panning shots. Oh, I missed. What did I select? I wasn't paying attention. I was so desperate to get something to happen. I'm just. Maybe I need one of those nodding birds to just repeatedly hammer the button. Okay. This is boring. I mean, jokes aside. I shouldn't have done that. It's still playing. It's still playing. I thought it would have detected I'd opened the tray. Jokes aside, I mean, if you're looking to learn Japanese and you've got time to read all that kind of drivel, they can actually be quite helpful. Just being able to the ones that have text and audio, being able to read along. You can learn the reading if you know the speech, and if you don't know the speech or the words, you can learn the words from those kind of games. So if that's your kind of thing, then that is they can be a reasonable use of your time if you want to practice your Japanese, but I can't really be bothered. So anyway, okay, so that's the PCFX. Well, it seems to work, which I'm happy about. I spent some money on it, so I'm glad I've got a usable machine. So I will be doing some hunting online. I will have a hunt around some shops as soon as I'm allowed out the house again, because it's locked down at the moment. So we'll have to see, and I will do a follow-up video where I play some more games, and we'll see if we can find anything more interesting for this system. Well, anyway, thanks for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe. Take care now, and goodbye.